Hey guys, it's Hayley. Welcome back to, well, I should say welcome to my very first barn vlog. I just got to the barn literally 2 minutes ago. I got my stuff out and I'm gonna go get Billy and we're gonna lunch him today. And so I'll go ahead and get footage of that and I'll just bring it along on my lunch day. And then I'll probably have my first ride on him in a couple days because this is I think his 5th time being lunged back, and then I'll probably lunge him. I'll probably give him tomorrow off and then lunge him the day after and then maybe ride him the next day because the weather forecast looks good for it, because the past 5 days he hasn't gotten any work at all because the weather has been all rainy or just real windy or actually cold, and it's ugh. I'm no, but now it's nice, at least today, and it looks for the next week looks like it's gonna be nice, so that's good. So I'm excited to have my first ride back on him. And we've been using this DIY EcoBand system. And it seems to definitely be encouraging him to work properly for sure. And I'm excited to use that under saddle too, and really see how it helps us under saddle as well. So it should be really fun. And I'll explain more about the EcoBand system later when I'm lunging him. I'll probably do a voiceover. Billy! Billy! What are you doing, Billy? Yeah, so Billy has a grazing muzzle on because he's a chunky boy. And we've got real nice grass here, and if he has free range to it, he's just straight up a beast. And he's been keeping it on. He had a few tricks up his sleeve at first, but once I figured him out, he seems to be doing good now, right, Billy? Yeah! You good boy. You keeping your grazing muzzle on? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Here we go, Bill Bob. So we're marching up to the barn. He's she's probably gonna make me do stuff. She also gives me food, so I guess it's fine. He's she's alright. Hey, Billy. Yeah, he's a good boy. And I'll change I'll take his grazing halter off when we get in the barn, just to give him a little bit of a breather from the grazing muzzle, even though it isn't the green guard one, so it's nice and airy for him. So I've been picking on his feet and putting the Folllow on, but look at that before after, oh. So Billy is a complete woolly mammoth. So every time I do shed him, it's like this. I am eventually gonna clip him once the weather is consistently warm, because it's Maryland, so we got some funky weather. But once it's consistently warm, which should be here soon, I'll end up clipping him. And I'll do a clipping video of that. Look at that. All this hair that I just got off of Billy. Oh my goodness. Billy, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, it's ridiculous. You got so much hair. Alright, so now we're getting into the actual lunge session with Billy. So I just want to start off with saying Billy used to not be able to lunge at all. Didn't know anything about it. I went to lunge him one day and he just stood there and looked at me what? What are you asking me to do? So he's come a long way from not being able to lunge. So anyways, now that we've got that out of the way, as you can see in the video, I have this like DIY lunge system on him. So this day I actually found a surcingle in the barn, which seems to be new. I didn't know we had a surcingle. If we did, I'd never seen it before. So this is the first time I put him in the surcingle, and then the butt band I had not used before. Oh, he had a little fumble there with the poles. But it's the same idea as what I was doing before. I basically had a yellow exercise band, like the green one under his belly, and just instead of that butt band. And basically what that green exercise band and the butt band does is it encourages the resistance from the band, encourages them to lift up through their stomach, and then helps them to encourage them to push through their hind end. And that's the whole idea behind the system. And so as you can see, obviously he's not just trotting around in a nice little lovely frame the whole time, but he's also not strong enough to do that either. But he will go in and out of it, and he does give me some really nice moments. I don't necessarily capture them in the video because when I'm videoing these, I'm lunging one-handed, so it's not as good as when I'm lunging with both hands. But he was really good. He did give me some really nice moments. My DIY equipment band system is definitely, I'm definitely seeing like a difference with it. And what I like is that I'll be able to use it when I ride him. So it should be really exciting to see how he goes with that on when I ride him, with his dressage work. So I'm really excited. But yeah, so as far as the actual lunge session, it's not anything really exciting, just like some lunging over some poles. There's some chop poles, and obviously that was just like a little stack of poles just to make him really pick up his feet. And then this was like the end of the lunge session here. I had lunged him for a good bit, and he was a really good boy. And yeah. And so here was after the session. I got everything off him. I was just showing you guys how I put the grazing muzzle on him. I just throw a few like the bigger treats in there, and they don't fall out, and then he just reaches for them and eats his snacks, and that's how I get him to put his grazing muzzle on by himself. And here's just him getting a drink, and yeah, so that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little lunge session with me and Billy, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, which will probably be my first ride on Billy since surgery. Yay!